Hello everyone, Ramya, Assistant Professor of CSC Department from Rohini College of Engineering and Technology, Subject Code CS 8078, Green Computing, Unit 1, Topic Green Computing Carbon Footprint. Objective to learn about the concepts of carbon footprint. First, we are going to see the introduction about green computing. It is the study and practice of designing, manufacturing, and using computers, servers, monitors, printers, storage devices, and networking and communication systems efficiently and effectively with zero or minimal impact on the environment. It also brings about using IT to support, assist, and other environmental initiatives, and it is also used to help to create green awareness also. Here we have some of the benefits: improving energy efficiency, lowering GHG emissions. GHG means it's a greenhouse gases. It also having less harmful materials, encouraging reuse and recycling materials. Next, we are going to see the environmental concerns and sustainable development. Here, the numerous scientific studies and reports offer evidence of climate change and its potential harmful effects. That means the specification accumulation of greenhouse gases always changing in the world's climate and weather patterns and floods in some places, and also we have some serious worldwide problems. Here in this global data show that storms, droughts, and other weather related disasters are growing more severe and frequent. Here also we have global warming can occur from variety of causes, both natural and human induced. In that, here we have some common usage. Otherwise, however, global warming often refers to warming that can occur due to increased greenhouse gases emissions. Here we have one most significant constituents of greenhouse gases are carbon dioxide, methane, nitrous oxide, and chlorofluorocarbon gases. Here we have the electricity is a major source of greenhouse gases. It is generated by burning coal or oil, which releases CO2 into the atmosphere. It also reducing electric power consumption is a key to reducing CO2 emissions, and also it impacts on our environment and global warming. Next, why should you go green? The reason for going green or main fold, that means it is increasing energy consumptions and energy prices, growing consumer interest in environmental friendly goods and service, higher expectations by the public on enterprises, environmental responsibilities, and emerging stricter regularity and compliance requirements. Next, we are going to see the carbon footprint. It is defined as the total amount of greenhouse gases that is produced directly and indirectly support human activities. It is usually expressed in equivalent tons of carbon dioxide. In few organizations, the carbon footprint might mean that everything is tailed with the sourcing materials, manufacturing, distribution, use, disposal, and so forth. Here also we have some measuring carbon footprint. We trick to track a lot of information such as facilities, operations, transportations, travel, and purchases. Here we have some measuring effect in the carbon footprint. First one, define the boundary for your carbon footprint. That means we have to monitor the carbon footprint process every year by year. Then only it is very important to have some rules to follow about the scope of work to be done. Here we have one primary objective. It is used to reduce the emission of carbon. If you fail to define the carbon footprint boundary, can inhibit comparisons against benchmarks and also undermine meaningful monitoring of performance. In the step 2, we have some decide which emissions will include under scope. Here we have some of the scope refers to the emission type captured in the carbon footprint. The scope of the organization footprint also break down into 3 components. Here we have the first one is a direct emissions from assets that are either owned by our company. For example, fleet vehicle emissions from the composition of fuel, otherwise emission produced through an on-site activity. Another one, it covers all indirect emissions, or more specifically emissions it will be derived from the production of purchased electricity. Then the next one, it covers all other indirect emissions which are not as a result of the consumption of purchased electricity. Next one, we have the scope 3, that means define your carbon footprint period. It is typically measured across an annual period. When choosing our period for measurement, using that you can able to think of other reporting cycles which can be used as the set time frame. Next step is use a practical approach to collect the annual data. Using this, we can able to define our boundary and the type of emissions we are going to capture, and also we need to collect data on all elements that are going to measure carbon emissions, for example electricity and gas usage, vehicle mileage, waste volume, etc. Here also we have some tips with that we have to follow. That means annualize partial data. Data should be for an annual period. Use proxies where you do not have primary data. Use intelligent estimation. The next step is calculate footprint. After we have collected all our relevant annual data, the task is then relatively simple. That means you need to use a carbon footprint calculator or carbon compensation factors to calculate our organizational footprint. Then next one is need of carbon footprint. Here we have measuring the carbon footprint is nothing but it another way to measure overall progress toward becoming green. It also helps with numerous business goals such as helping company to improve the efficiency, reducing cost, getting public recognition, maintain link in the supply chain, good impact on customer. Thank you.